You to do is just go ahead and push up over your head. Okay. All right. So, Jeremy, what do you see in her shoulders? I see posterior rotation switch to the left, anterior humeral head on the right.
That's what I was going to say.
Yep. I also see a drop foot on the right. I see internal rotation more on the left knee. I also see a shift posterior right and lateral left in the hip. Okay? Go ahead and do a couple movements there, kiddo.
So up and down?
Yeah.
You can back up. So
Yeah, absolutely. So you're amazing her. Yeah. So look at that, okay? So is there any, I mean, when you look at that as a coach, Jeremy, it's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yes, that's real.
Yeah. And look at her head position, too. So it's like her shoulder right is closer to her head.
Mm-hmm. A lot closer.
Isn't that interesting? So she's not centered up there either. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and advance into the back squat, which is kind of interesting. She levels out pretty good. But again, you see how close her left shoulder is to the bar versus her right shoulder. Okay. And you see how she kind of, now that she's put it on her shoulders, how her knee collapses on the right medial. You see that? And you also actually can see the tension in her Achilles on the right. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that wild? Yeah, it's like a banjo string, or bass guitar, sorry. Wow, wow. Okay, so what we're going to do, kiddos, go ahead and squat a couple times, just natural. Okay, so as a coach, what are you seeing, coach? I mean, obviously she got butt wink. Go ahead and keep doing, do a couple more. She's got a little bit of a shift there in that butt. And watch her feet. Watch what her feet do.
Well, I'm watching that.
Yeah. So you see how her left foot collapses at the bottom as she springs out of the squat. And shoulder position is still the same too. All right. Well, let's go with that. What we're going to do right out of the gate here is I'm going to have you interlace your fingers behind your head, just like you're going to jail. How come you know that? That wasn't in your chart. Okay. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is twofold. All right. I'm going to open up the space at T1, and this is you're going to feel this in your armpits. Feel how stiff your armpits are. Bring your elbows forward for me. Look down. Okay. And this is going to be a big release. There you go. All right. Now, you okay?
Yeah.
So now there's another piece of this. So now I want you to look up, 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 like this. Do you feel that pull in here?
Yeah.
So that didn't make a nice crunchy release, did it? But did you feel it pull, like traction out? So that's something that we have to try, because remember how tight I said that was?
Yeah.
It's part of it.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just hard stuff. So now what we're going to do is have you lie on your back, okay? And what we're going to do with this is, I'm going to go ahead and check some, angry stuff. Feel that knot right there? So what's happened is that this whole range is slid this way. I actually come up with this application in Strongman. Now, just so you know, this hurts. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, because it's a very explosive maneuver. You feel that tension here?
Yeah.
Feel that tension here? And then also you have tension in here on that crisscross. All this is bound up because everything's pulling and torsioning that. All right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unravel that. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
It's going to suck. You're going to feel pressure in your bicep. Now, where's the knot?
Yeah. That wasn't as bad as I was.
Right? But you can still feel how this is chronic, right?
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is take this, put this on your ear. I'm going to open this space up for you, and then we're going to drop it back. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is, because you got that zigzag between your shoulder blades, that affects your sternum. So I'm going to go, typically you're going to have angles in there, so I'm going to go right between the girls, right in through here, and there is a, right there. Feel that? Isn't that bizarre? You're probably going to feel like you can breathe better when we're done with all this too. Are you sweating yet?
No, it's mild.
Now, move that arm. Does that feel
Yeah.
kind of almost amazing?
It does.
So let's come over here. Feel that big knot? So we've got the same kinds of things happening here. So the same thing. This may be a little more sore. Don't know. Okay. Knot's gone. Tell me that's not the coolest stuff
It is.
ever. So I make an amalgam between what it is I do with strongman athletes and what I do clinically here. Collarbone. Now head of the humerus. And this pattern is prevalent in everybody, regardless of, type of curves or anything. Go ahead and move that around. How's that feel?
Good.
Almost wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what I need to do is, I've got to get, put your head back on straight. Now this next maneuver is pretty powerful, all right? So what I have to do is I have to shift the whole occiput over, which, you got brainstem junk in there. So you feel all of that, feel that knot, feel that? So a lot of space over here. So what I have to do is I have to slide it sideways, and I'm going to do that. Okay. That's pretty heavy duty, wasn't it?
That was.
All right, so now I've got to take the posteriority out on the opposite side. And then I have to take the atlas on the right, and then I have to take the axis on the left, and then feel how soft all that is now.
Yeah.
Instantaneous. So we're also going to check your jaw after we're done, because a lot of times the jaw is involved, all right? And we talked about that during your examination too, remember? All right, so I've got a big nasty here. So I'm going to derotate number 7 here. And then I'm going to go in there to T1. Nice and deep. You feel your jaw move a little bit on
Yes,
that?
I did.
Now, feel how that motion is there. Did that go in your hands at all?
Nope.
Okay. What are you feeling right now?
I don't really know.
It's kind of like, did you see Big Jesus or Little Jesus, right? No, that's fair. I think the big thing is as we go through all of this is people don't know how and what to expect, from a chiropractor, especially when we do what we're doing here. But, going through all the analyticals, do you feel a lot more confident? I know what I'm doing after
Yes.
going through that? All right, so let's see what your hip sockets are doing. We already talked about your husband and how his body parts were angry. That moves beautiful. Now, we're going to bring this up and through here. Feel how that glute fires early? Rotation. Okay, so a lot of times that ties in with pubic bone. This is what I've done to him too. So pubic bone comes in the front. A lot of people don't realize that can get torsioned in the front. Most of us focus in chiropractic on the sacrum, where the sacrum comes in the SI joints, and that there, right? Mm-hmm. But there can also be, along with those variations, which we see on x-ray, a torsion also in the pubic bone, which may get missed a lot of the times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch the top of that pubic bone and see if there's a height variation, right? So I always tell people, if you make it weird, it's weird, all right? You feel how high that is on that side. Mm-hmm. Even though it's restricted on this side, it's high on the right. So I need to write that in, because that is a very important clinical piece of this. So I'm going to do right superior pubis. Okay. So just as a side note, when I go ahead and do this, I can't even explain and prepare you what it's going to feel like, because everybody's different. So I'll just start off by saying you're welcome. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to hook right on the pubic bone, right in through here.
Oh my God.
See why I couldn't explain it? Now, I want you to feel this now. Watch this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Can you believe that?
Well, that's pretty wild.
That's pretty wild, isn't it? But a lot of times people will feel that into the low back. When we have gals that come in here and they've got, horrible periods and things like that, and they feel that pain in their L5, for example, that they're kind of just lets it all go, as far as that pressure and pain. But it also, at the same time, releases a lot of stuff within the pelvic basin. So who knows what you felt? Only you do. Give me your hands. Up you go. So let's go ahead and have your nose in the hole. But you see how quick and effective it was. Pretty wild, right? And let's go ahead and have you raise your right leg back high as you can. Okay, so let's take these off, all right? That way you don't have to worry about that. Now raise your whole right leg backwards high as you can. Good job. How about the other one now? Okay. Definitely sticky on that side right in through there. So I got to right stick it. Feet look good there. You have a left short quarter, and it goes easily 1.5 inches right short. Left knee sticks. And straight to the left. All right, so that tells me we've got some sacrum stuff to do. So we're going to get that out of there as well, all based upon the listings that we discovered, the data collection, right, that we did. So left inferior, left post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and give it a good bump. Posteriority. Nice and quick. Those are, I call those short lever high velocity burst applications. Feel how your knees work now? Wasn't that wild? So now what we're going to do is I've got to do an interesting shift because of how you counter in here. So I'll put pressure on that ischial tube. I'm going to bring this over here and move this way, right? Now, when I close this, it's going to burn right under my elbow.
Oh my goodness.
Now, that will take pressure out of the knee also. Do you feel that in weird places too?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. You can put that in the review. All right, so you've got a knot here and here. We're going to take both those out. Okay. Big knot here on the medial side. So we just took that out. Plus then we also are de-rotating the tibia when we do that also, which is pretty cool. You doing okay?
I'm doing okay.
You figure, oh, I don't know if I'm doing okay. I think I am, but wild, huh?
It is wild.
So what we're going to do now, get right in here. Little body rotation there. Then we got a counter here. I'm going to take the counter at that angle there. Yeah, so I got to do a spinous contact. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 and 1 left. Feel that thunk? Woof. So now everything else as I go up is to shift those angles back the other way, and you feel that right in here. I've already got some of your sternum out of it. A lot of people don't think about the sternum as being a contributor, right? But your pec muscles attach in there. Feel that to your chest? Okay, let's go ahead and have you try and raise your right leg up high as you can now. Nice. Other one. What does that feel like to you?
Pretty good.
Like everything's moving like it's supposed to?
Yeah,
Yeah? But you feel it though, yes?
I do.
Yeah. That's kind of cool, don't you think?
It is cool.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm just going to have you hop up and move around a little bit. Okay? Unpeel yourself out of the holes and cracks and crevices of the table. All right. Hi.
Hi.
All right. Hey, Coach. So what I'd like to do now is go through and take a look at her in the mirror. What do you see? She's still got some rotation, but you see how her shoulders are more level?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that cool? All right, so go ahead and let's do a couple presses on the bar here.
That's a lot better.
You see the spaces closing on that left side that was so open. And she's more flat. So when she comes up, she's not counter-rotating in
Right.
there. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now let's go ahead and have you put the bar on your shoulders, okay? And then, Coach, go ahead and take a look and see what you see. So let's go ahead and squat a couple times. Does that look smoother?
Mm-hmm.
How's that ankle on the right, that Achilles? Is it softened?
That's definitely better.
How does it feel to you?
It feels good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does it feel different than what you had previous?
I don't know. I don't feel like I do this a little bit
Uh-huh.
usually, and I don't feel that.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's okay. And I'm putting you on the spot because it's like, okay, I do want you to identify change.
yeah.
And as you go through and you train and you do other things, I want you to identify new things that you find as well.
Yeah.
Because we want to try and change where you are from to where you're going and where we want you to end up. So, feels pretty good though, huh?
That's good.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and let you hop up over, put that up over there. Let me take a look at your face here and see if your jaw's kind of wackadoodle. So open wide. Okay. So what I see is I see a rotation like this in your jaw. Go ahead and take a look.
Yeah.
You see that? So what I have to do is, and this is kind of interesting because everybody's different, but there tends to be some patterns that are the same. Your pattern's opposite to a lot of people.
Okay.
Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm whack you in the face here. All right. So.
Okay.
All right. Now when I hit your jaw, you're going to be like, "Whoa, dude! Seriously." Okay. So open just a little. Okay. Now let's go ahead and open wide. All right. So now open a little bit. Feel that pressure I'm putting in there? That probably feels weird almost. Okay. All right. Take it dizzy. Open wide. Back down. Open wide again. Now I want you to take a look at it. Do you see it?
Yeah. I grind my teeth a lot.
Do you?
Mhm.
Do you wear a
Like my
splint or anything at night?
No.
Maybe.
I'm supposed to, but I'm a mouth breather, and I just
Yeah.
never got on board with it.
Right. Well, but is there? Have they already measured you and stuff for it?
No.
Okay. Well, why don't you just get it done?
I know.
You know?
I'm
Because
not
you
gonna have teeth
figure.
when I'm older if I
Well,
don't.
but here's the other side of it too: is that when you go ahead and you do, your training, also use a mouth guard because that'll help keep your head straight. Something you don't think about. So, what's the shoulder feel like?
Good.
Is that pain going?
Yeah. It doesn't feel like that's what it felt like, because it was like
Yeah.
hanging out of place.
So that was your red light.
Yeah.
So you've been to other chiropractors. What do you think? Has this been different?
Yeah, very different.
Are you?
Some of it hurts.
It does a little bit hurt.
Yeah, right. But the results?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different, for
Yeah.
sure.
Can't
Happy?
tell you what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do.
Yeah.
It's just hurt.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, big thing for us is we just want to share this with other people, and thank you for allowing us to do that. It's a bit of a journey, and we've been here for a couple hours, so it's been a lot of work.
Right.
But at the end of it, the data collected hopefully will give you a lot better feeling as far as where you are, not just sensation or symptom wise, but actual where you're at mechanically.
Yeah.
And what it is we need to do to protect you from yourself. Right? So, anyway, thank you for that. And hopefully, you feel confident in recommending us to other people.
Yes,
Right?
for sure.
So, cool.
Thanks.